Wait. Hi, everyone, and welcome. It's a special birthday edition. My birthday. Can you tell my tear that kind of gave it away for March 22nd, which is my actual birthday. So thanks for being here. Welcome to Seeking Heaven, the near-death experience to other phenomena. And today is Tamara's birthday celebration. And we have I have my tea prepared. But first, I want to tell you, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Don't miss any episodes. I'm doing really cool, interesting things all the time, including Tea with Tamara. And also, I'll be doing Wednesdays, Wisdom Wednesday. So you'll get a spiritual lesson. So I have great guests, a lot of fun. And this Thursday, I have Rhea Loveguard, who is a galactic linguist. That's right. She speaks 15 different ET languages and explains what they are. And they are delivering light codes as she speaks it. So yes, I try to mix it up. So thank you for joining and just support this channel. And I want you to support my guest host, Raymond O'Brien, who has a YouTube channel.
Hey everybody,
Raymond.
How are you all doing? Hope you're well today from a beautiful sunny UK. Much love to everyone out there.
Yeah, how is it today? Is it beautiful?
Oh, spring has finally sprung. But may I just say first off, can I wish you, Tamara, a very happy birthday to you.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So this is going to be the thing. When we go to some of the funny things, no one knows yet, but I work really hard for 2 days, like straight, like crazy, 15 hours on. I didn't even get it all, but collages of some of my life. I didn't even, interesting stuff. I said, God, I've done a lot, So when you see something crazy, because I got some crazy stuff, I'm going to let my crazy out of the bag. In the South, that we always say, don't show your crazy. I'm going to show my crazy today.
Go on, share it. It's your
You can
day.
just honk the horn. Yeah, Mark says, I need some sound effects. Good to see you, Mark. And we've got Laura here.
Hi, Mark.
And thanks, Mark. And Mark, you can see his episode that I have. He wrote Masters of Reality, which is a book on unified field theory and super relativity. And he was just on the, I have 4 episodes with him. 2, which is unified field theory, which is really fascinating. He's a brainiac. It was, my brain was going boing. And then 2 on us, because I met him 5 years ago when he just accidentally became a client. Nothing's accidental, but anyway. Okay. And Einstein started coming through, and now Tesla. So you'll have to see that, because that blows my mind too. But and get his book, Masters of Reality.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Hope you're well, buddy.
Also fantastic. And we've got Laura here too. So Laura is a friend. Thank you, Laura, for being here. So we're going to have some people hopefully stop in during this segment. And before we get started, I guess we should talk about our tea. I have my birthday.
Yes, please. Your birthday tea.
A birthday tea.
Oh, I love your cup. Absolutely love that.
And look at this. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but I don't want to spill it. But can you see it? It looks black. It is actually, it's really weird. I'm like, I hope it's good. I bought it, and here's my little teapot. Okay.
Oh, superb.
Oh my God.
Absolutely superb. I love it.
And then I bought this stuff. It's called Pink Up, which actually I'm going to get them to sponsor us and get tea. So we get they get free advertising, and we get to promote their teas. And as we're doing this here, isn't that a good idea? Yeah, I thought that it would really help them. And I'm going to put us up here. Is that us? There we go. Okay. So anyway, this is the hibiscus rose hips herbal tea with flowers in it. And I got this thing. I didn't even know, because I was like, I don't know. This is loose stuff. So this is the spoon, and it's so cute. The spoon says, spoon up for a hot tea. Isn't that cute?
That is excellent.
I thought, how cute.
I love that.
So that's what I'm drinking. So let's see if it's good. What about you? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking something which is consumed an awful lot here in the UK, and it's Tetley tea bags. But you have inspired me to contact Tetley, because I think we could do also a wee bit of promo here, and maybe land some free tea here in the UK. Why not? I'm going
to have them send it to you. I'm going to have both of them. I mean, we're global, Raymond. We are global. Okay. So we're going to,
Fantastic.
right. So whatever ideas you can come up with that. And then if you start planning a ship there and
Ooh.
any of my diva stuff, we're going to do that because this is how we roll. We're just going to, there's things that we feel connected to. Yeah. Why not? Yeah,
I
sure.
love it. I
why
absolutely love
not?
it. I think that's a great idea.
This is really spicy. This is not
Is
what
it
I
really?
thought. It's
Ah,
good, but it's really,
yeah.
really it's like Christmas tea.
Oh, looks very dark. As you said, looks rather strong.
I could have done it wrong because this is my first time. I did 1 teaspoon per 4 cups, and I guess this is, I don't know. I think it needs some more. I think it needs more hot water in it. But anyway, it's a little heavy, but you learn. It's not bad. So now tell me exactly. Tell us where you're located in England.
I'm located just outside of London, about 15 minutes in the centre of London, in a county called Kent. So it's a very easy access into London. And it's a little bit in the countryside. Sorry?
How far a drive?
If I'm driving, it'll take me about half an hour. If I jump on the train, got really good train access here, straight into London. And so from my house to where Big Ben is, probably takes me about 40 minutes by train. But if I take the motorcycle, because I'm a motorcycle rider, it takes about 45, 50 minutes. If I do it safely, which I always do, I tell everyone, because London's very dangerous. But yeah, that's why the weather is just perfect for it if I want to zoom into London.
Really? So it's spring there? It's spring,
Spring has sprung. It's going to be almost fairly warm over the next week or so, over the next couple of days. We escaped the snow. We didn't have any bad winters. No heavy icing, just a little bit of frost. So yeah, it's been an absolutely glorious day.
Oh, that's great. It's like that here. Spring is really in the air. And I finally I just see, if you don't do it, I don't know if it's where we have, I have pictures of the city, but you'll see some of North Carolina. And it's funny because you'll go, that looks like where I live. I mean, it's still planet Earth. It looks similar. So I planned the beach vacation with Clay and the 2 dogs because, the one with the heart condition has to be with us. So I finally found a place. It's like a little studio condo on the beach. But if you don't book it now for 4 or 5 months, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. You don't get. So I went ahead and did that. I hope Tucker's still okay. He had episode Sunday, and he didn't completely pass out, but he's losing oxygen because his lungs is the water, and he has this medicine that does it. But the medicine can only do so much. Yeah. And so he just flatlined on the floor.
Oh no.
Oh God. He went all 4s, and he's just so freaking adorable. And he's so appreciative of me because I rescued him. I did. I actually prayed about it. Jesus told me, he tells me everything if I ask. I need to talk to him. I haven't talked to him in a while. And I said, I need a chilling dog for my crazy diva dog, the one that you heard. She's very alpha, little diva dog, completely nuts, very smartest dog I've ever had. So sure enough, I saw on the neighborhood site, Laura, I see Laura on the neighborhood site, and it's called Next Door, and you can get on there and find your neighborhood. I don't know if you have it in England. Do you have that?
No. We have something very similar, but it's unfortunately I haven't got any animals at the moment. No animal friends, which I really miss massively.
You have animals, you do. You've got foxes, and you've got your birds.
I do. I'm really lucky. For all your viewers who probably don't know, I have crows and foxes who come to visit. But I haven't got my own 4-legged friends just like you have. So I'm sure I will, and I can't wait for that day, to be honest. I think it makes you, doesn't it?
So Betty Ann. Hey, Betty Ann. Yeah. So she said,
hi, Betty Ann. How are you?
Thanks for the birthday wishes. Yeah. So you will. People go there a lot of work. I was talking to someone the other day that joined the Love Leaders, Colleen. And so Mark, we got someone new, really nice lady. But anyway, she's like, I don't know about an animal. They're a lot of work. The love they give back is so worth it. I know you animal lovers, if you agree with that, let me know. But the love. And I never knew you could have like a kind of a soulmate thing with an animal because
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, I know you had it with Bill, with Robert the
Yeah,
cat, but
yeah.
with Tucky, I've had dogs my whole life, and I actually have a picture I'll show. And I think I was in third grade, and I got my first dog, TC, and I've always had animals since then. I haven't really so much with cats. I think it's because I'm high energy. And I would
Right.
want to like
Cats,
walk
cats
the
sleep.
cat and play the cat, and the cat would be like "F off," I'm like, "Let's go!" And he'd be like, "You need to like back off."
Oh, I like that.
So I'm more like a dog. It's like, let's go.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, the love they give you. But when Tucker does, when he does, have this little thing. He lost consciousness and he went out. I just scoop him up. I hold him so he can breathe better, and I breathe with him, and I get him mainly to relax like a person. You know what I mean? Like just relax, get your breath back. Like you would a person. And I had a Reiki shaman lady once. I was doing a stage show, and it was one of my when I was. I don't know why I had anxiety, but I did. And I don't know. It wasn't because it's a big crowd. I don't get nervous by that. I have no idea. I could have like 1,000 people. I'm sure. I mean, I'd be excited. I don't really get nervous about that. It's my own anxiety. So I was performance anxiety. And so I'm coming out, and she's like, "Come here." And she hugged me, and she like hard, like, like hard, like a burly grandmother or something. And
with
she
real feeling.
like, ugh. And then she's like, "Breathe with me." And she literally, my chest went with hers till my breath was regular and rhythmic. But you can do that with the animals too. So
Agreed. Yeah.
Well, I think did we say all our announcements? I'm trying to remember. Okay. Raymond's got a YouTube channel. It's new. You're working on it.
I am. Yes.
Yeah. You got to have.
I'm Raymond O'Brien, NDE survivor. So if you just type that in, up I'll come. The channel's slowly growing, which is really nice. I'm just kind of finding my feet with what people really want to hear, which is the beautiful thing of working with you, to be honest with you, Tamara, of doing Tea with Tamara is we're changing tack a bit, and I really like that. I think people are ready for Tea with Tamara, and I think it's a fabulous concept that you come up, to be honest with you. And for you and I to be here on your birthday is like,
it's really special.
I
was thinking about that. I feel so grateful. I mean, so how this happened, for those of you don't know, I actually had a dream 2 days in a row, woke up, Spirit's still talking to me. And they told me to do this thing. They told me the name. They told me everything. And to me, I look at it like, I would cry because I haven't false eyelashes today. But it was like a real gift. They said, do this tea with Tamara. And I'm like, what? And then they said, you talk so much, well, I have other things with saying, but, not just near-death experiences. I have ufologists. I have other kinds of experiencers. I'm going to have a Bigfoot experiencer, and I'm interviewing them in a week. And then I've got ET experiencers. I've got angel experience. I mean, I got different kinds of experiencers, and I think we can learn from experiencers because I haven't seen Bigfoot. That's on my bucket list. I thought I would go into the woods this summer and put roast some weenies and put it on me and not take a bath for 3 days. And then I put a little perfume on. I'd like attract the Bigfoot.
You're in. Let me know how you get along. I like that.
Yeah, because I think they like stanky. So we're going to go there, And so, that's my plan. I don't know if it's going to work. It could be, as long as I don't get one of those dogmen werewolves, I'm not interested in that. That's a little too much. Even though I'm obsessed with werewolves, that's just too much. But now there's different things in the show. But one of the things I thought about that, and we've talked about it, Raymond, is that there's so much with the near-death experience that is trauma. And it's not that I won't talk about it, but don't we talk about it a lot? We talk about it a lot.
Yeah, we do. For us survivors, and I know you'll get this, is I'm kind of rinsed. I don't mind talking about it on specific shows, which are just geared to, but what you and I, but where you and I are from, there's so much more to us than our NDE experience.
Exactly. That's the
So
whole
good.
point. We are walking. I mean, we have mystical experiences, spiritual experiences all the time.
Yeah.
Have I had one in a while? Every now and then I go, wow, I hadn't had anything in a while. Or maybe
So
I
do
have.
I.
I've been too busy. It's been a while, but I'm used to, I get cool stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I haven't had anything lately, so I'm about due, but people could see what normal is for us.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
and be a little bit more exposed. And what I don't like, my personal pet peeve, let me fix my crown. God, wearing a crown's
I
tough.
love your tiara. It's just
Hurts your head. Yeah. Well, it's just, wait, let me ask, is it too much?
No. No, it's a short answer to that.
Shut your mouth. It's never too much.
You just got to go with what you got to go with, girl. So I'm with you on that one. You get a 10 out of 10 from me for that. So
it's not, you can't wear these just everywhere. It's actually my mom's idea. She's like, you need to wear things on your head. I said, like Jamiroquai, and at the pop, UK singer. And he goes, you need stuff on your head. I said, you need to buy some tiaras. So we got on this thing. She's like, yeah, come on, let's look. And so my mom, you'll see pictures. She's she's creative. She never really did a whole lot with that, but she's really creative the way she dresses, and she's kind of a rebel and out of the box. And so she's like, let's order this stuff. And so, anyway, I have more than one of these. I don't know where the heck I'm going to wear them all, but that was her suggestion. So you've got this YouTube channel, and you started it when?
I started it about a year or so ago, but I did nothing with it. And then after Christmas, somebody suggested to me, I've been to your YouTube site, but you've only got one video. And I thought, and then I popped back to it and asked something for, do you know what? I'm going to have to take the advice of this person, and I'll have to do some more videos. So I haven't really focused too much on the NDE experiences, but what I've been doing is try to influence how to get across of how my NDE has affected my life, not from a negative viewpoint, but from the incredulity viewpoint of as what you've just mentioned. It's like you said, you haven't had a message for quite a while, and that is phases that I go through. So, for those of us who do get these messages, it's really nice to be able to validate what their thoughts are. Because I don't know about you, Tamara, but I felt so isolated for an awful long time. I found it difficult to get back into society. But I love what you said, Betty. And it is the hardest thing is people's responses to us, and it's how we allow that to affect us. So that's what's magical about your show is that you've kind of broke the mold here. And, it's like bring what you want to bring. And it just shows that we can integrate back into society, but we just need a bit of time. And you have to accept that, we've had an unusual thing happen to us. So the odds are we are going to be unusual. So this is.
You're right. And there are people that, I've talked to some of them lately. I know our friend Robert Bear just lost a very good friend of 30 years, and he's having a difficult time. We need to send him prayers. And then Mark Ferrantino just lost a really good friend of 30 years. I thought that was odd, both like within a week. And that's tough. That's your buddy, and so our family really at that point. And so people, you don't have to have an ND to have trauma or upset. And then one of our love leaders, I won't say his name, I don't want to embarrass him, but his wife is, maybe they're young. She may need a lung replacement, and she's been very ill since she's had COVID. So what I'm saying is this, that we are human too. And not only do we have trauma, and every now and then it's like layers of an onion. Every now and then I'll reflect and go, wow, but the thing is, I believe that I have this life. It's precious, and I want to use it, and I'm not going to use it in a death mode I didn't create this channel. Well, I created this channel because Jesus told me, and I just follow what he says. But I created this channel because that it would be a safe platform to build a spiritual soul community. And that is happening. I didn't expect wonderful and wonderful people, but that it could be a a platform, a dialogue that we could talk about various things and not leave near-death experiencers stuck in this death mode. Like you never hear people like, you may say the after effects, but what are you doing now? What are projects now? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you working through? What are issues
Yeah.
that are coming up for you now?
Yes.
What are things
Yeah.
We're just people, and hopefully people can relate to that because they also have issues too that there's in life. I mean, we understand loss. We've lost things.
Yes.
We understand, hopefully not everybody, but I would say most near-death experiencers are compassionate to people's troubles and suffering.
Yeah.
I would say so, but not all. But I would say most. But this, to me, why can't we speak life? There's life in us now, and we are a walking resurrection miracle.
Yeah,
that alone, isn't that enough?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking in that. I mean, I would think that's kind of enough, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I undervalued my experience. I didn't understand how it motivates others. For many years, I was cruising around in a really dark place. But then I started to realize this is not the way to be, Ray. People want to know how you survive. People want to know, as you said, Tamara, what are you doing now to help others? What are you doing now to help yourself? It's. Right. I see you, Tamara. You do an awful lot of work, and there's I know you do. So how does Tamara switch off? How do you? What do you do to go like, I have to stop?
Okay, so what do I do to switch off? You know what? I need to do that. I haven't done that lately. In that cute little spoon, it's a little flower.
Oh, that's
beautiful. I got all these accessories. Okay, so today is show and tell from Tamara, things that I've never said. So I'm going to tell you ways. Honestly, I need to because I work 15 hours on this little presentation. I want to make it fun and real and give away like little secrets about myself, people that are interested, because that's back to the same thing. We are more than just that freaking experience. We're a living entity. And the fact we've had multiple near-death experiences, and we constantly still do have spiritually transformative experiences. And I'll acknowledge who coined that term, Dr. Yvonne Kaysen, which we're both on the advisory board, and thank you for that. And also,
we love you.
By the light, yes, we love you. And kisses. She's on a spiritual retreat this week, and so anyhow, this is what this is about. So we can have some fun, and why not make this? We can talk about anything, spiritual things. Life is pretty spiritual, right? Life. What about life? That's spiritual. Anything topic you pick can be spiritual. So why can't we talk about it? So subscribe to Raymond's channel. He may just have a few, but he's working on it. So support it. And just subscribe to the channel. And we're going to do this for right now. We're going to do this the first and third Tuesday, Tea with Tamara. We're going to get our act together. And if you all seem to like it and send your comments and what you want us to talk about,
please. Yeah.
Then what we will do is we will do this once a week. But we're testing it. This is a test. You've reached the testing, whatever it is.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
And whatever. We're doing a test. But we haven't worked on the format. The format last time the first one was just like, hey, we're going to have this. The second, Tea with Tamara's Raymond. And I still laugh in my head about you standing by that train, that train, and you look like you're about 11 or 12, and you look like you're in a gang. You have like this tough attitude, like, yes, screw off. And I was like, oh my God, you're like a tough little toddler there, aren't you? I mean,
I had to be. I was living in London. Yeah. It was a tough town back then. Plus, Tamara, I've got 2 brothers, and living with 2 brothers caught between the 2 of them can be quite a tough life. So I was a little tough guy, I must admit.
With a little attitude, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, it developed as I got older, unfortunately.
Yeah. I was gonna say, that completely went away. because you're very outspoken. So we don't know where this is going to go. We are going to pick topics. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
We are going to take questions. We're going to do this live. Live stuff happens. I apologize for being late, but we're here, and here we are. So so subscribe and support both of us. Also join my mailing list. I'm supposed to do something here for you. Hold on. Join my mailing list on my newsletter so you can know new things that are going on for right now. That's what I have it. And also it's on southernbellmedium.com. I'll keep you posted because I send out these weekly things on the show, and I had this in it. And if there's anything new that's going on, also I'm setting up this was divinely inspired too. It's called a school, and it's called Divine. It's the Academy of Divine Wisdom, which actually had the name 2 years ago, Academy of Divine Knowledge. David Ecke and some other people already have that. So, okay, that's out. Good name, though. So it's Academy of Divine Wisdom, School of Spiritual Ascension. And so I'm setting that up now, and I will have spiritual classes. I'll have master classes. I'm going to have teachers. I'm going to have healing stuff. I'm going to have, this is global. This is big. This isn't even global. This is galactic. This is big. This is like the universe.
Feels that way.
So anyway, that's going on. Well, let me take this off of our banner here. And I use StreamYard, love StreamYard. And I think it's great. It's like a couple guys that created it, and they're doing so well. So are you ready to see Tamara's life?
I can't. I've been waiting for a good few weeks for this, everybody. So, and I know the amount of work that you put into it, Tamara. So I'm looking forward to this. Thank you so much.
So do we need a drum roll? Do we need something?
Have you got one ready?
I don't know. I don't have a drum. You can do it. You're a musician. Do like a little something. I don't know.
Okay, you ready?
Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, that'll do. That's good. Ta-da! That's good.
Okay. Go.
Okay. It's not a football game. Or a soccer game.
Let me have it. I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. So that's baby Tammy. And that's me and my Uncle Joe. He's now passed. And he was always a sharp dresser. He had a little sports car.
Oh my gosh, you look so cute. Oh dear.
Look at that. Look at how happy I am. I'm like a little happy, chubby baby. Look at that.
No.
So I was probably a year something.
3 years old.
And then here I'm 3. But over here, I'm, of course, younger.
Uh-huh.
And I was born in Hickory, North Carolina. My mom had me so young when she was 18. She got pregnant early. And she had, if you see my mom, that's my grandparents older. But my grandparents are to, I don't know which side you're looking at it, but beside my mom.
Yeah.
In the hat there. And if you can see, she's got her little hanky covering her little, her baby bump.
I can see that. Oh.
This was a shotgun marriage to my dad, who is Robert Lell, but I didn't meet him till I was 38. I never met him.
Really?
She was only married 2 weeks. And those are my grandparents, which I never met him. I met her one time, and they're called the Lells. And actually, we went back and lived with my grandparents, which had this big antebellum home. They're actually in their yard, and behind them is another building. But they had a hosiery mill. They made men's socks. And so back then, you in the 60s, you didn't do that. You had to get married. Right. So it didn't last because he was living with his parents, and apparently there was some alcohol abuse and blah, blah, blah. My mom called, and 3 of her brothers, everyone's blonde in my whole family except for me. I have no idea why, but they all came over with baseball bats. It was like a big scene, big redneck scene. They're like, we're taking her home. And so mom called, and my grandmother, she's a hard ass. She goes, look, if I come and get you, it's a one-way trip. So think about it. She hung up on her. And I think he was pushing her around at the time. I mean, he's passed now, but pushed her around at the time. And she was up there getting pregnant. And so when mom says, no, I'm done. And she's like, okay. And I remember saying all that as a baby.
My question, Tamara, is what was it like meeting after 38 years?
I've got a picture somewhere, and he is I look more like my mom and that side of the family, but he's kind of got like a pokey bottom lip. I do too. There's, a couple similarities. He was athletic. I guess I'm like, I don't know what I am now, but I apparently used to be athletic. I mean, I don't know. I edit all the time. I don't know if that's athletic, but
right.
It was odd. I actually called him Raymond that you asked. This is so weird. I was at my grandmother's. She had a big house, but she moved into a little condo to be close to my uncle and his wife to take care of her. And so one day I don't know why she did this, because it was kind of like a family secret. Like, don't talk to him. They came from trash. I actually met my cousin, Nicole. I'm going to have her on here sometime. She's very cool. She goes, yeah, our family did come from trash, but they're survivors. And I'm like, great.
Yes.
On my mom's side, it wasn't. It was the opposite. Anyway,
yeah.
When I met him, I didn't just meet him. I called him up at his work. I found out where he was. My grandmother said he's dying of cancer or something like this. I don't know where she got it confused. Yeah. And I thought, God, I better meet the guy before he dies.
Yeah.
So I called him up at his work. The next week, I found out he worked at Centel, some telephone company's a manager, whatever. And so I called him. I said, it was really weird. He answers the phone. I go, is this Robert Lell? And he goes, yes. I said, this is your daughter. And I used to go by Tammy. This is your daughter. I know, isn't that weird? Tammy. And he said, and you know what he said? It was so weird. He goes, I knew this day would come. That's what he said.
How else did you respond though, Tamara? Was he really shocked, or was he overjoyed? Did he start crying?
He was kind of numb, I think. And he goes,
yeah.
And he goes, so what's your favorite color? And he started laughing. I was like, okay, that's stupid. And so, which by the way, it's hot pink and it's red coral.
I was about to say hot pink. Yeah. Just by your background. Like,
no, it's black, just so you can go, yeah, F you. Just together. I can't help Look, that's what got me through all those years of sex.
I know. I feel that.
Tough. Come on, guys. Don't judge me. You got to be tough.
I'm not judging you.
In the world, you give love to people that won't bite your head off. But yeah. So and then we talked. He said, well, we talked a minute, and he goes, let me change phones, and he changed. He went to someplace private at the work, and we talked a minute. He goes, well, I live in Hickory, have a family. He said, you've got 2 sisters. Come to find out at the ancestry lately, I have a brother, sister on my mom's side, but I have 3 sisters on his side. But they don't. I'm too strange for them. They don't want anything to do with me.
Oh.
Well, they're more simple, And so I think I intimidate. I'm a little much sometimes. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think. No, I don't. I don't think you're a little too much at all.
Well, because we're the same kind of people. I mean, it's like there's nothing you can't say that's too brash. Well, actually, if we'd be removed off of.
Well, YouTube. There is that problem.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to start having, I just saw an image. We're going to start doing, I don't know what it is yet, but we're going to have people on there with Zoom and we're going to do private stuff. And I don't know what we're going to do, but anyway, I don't know. We'll let that evolve. But yeah, we talked and then we met and he brought a photo album and we met at a restaurant and he showed me pictures of my family. It was very weird.
Hang on. You go way too quick. Slow down. What was it like? What was it like before you actually met? What was, how were you feeling? What was your anxiety levels like when you actually met? Were you in tears? Was he in tears?
Okay, so this is really weird. So I already had a stepdad. It's complicated. Okay, guys, it's complicated. Yeah. He did sexually abuse me, but then part of it, we were still somewhat a family, it was just weird. Okay. And so he got jealous because I had another daddy. So then the two daddies were like jealous and I'm like, what did I do? What did I open a can of? I was like, you know what? Screw it. This is my birthright. I want to find out what he looks like and what he's like. And mom's like, hey, I'm just telling you, he was good looking, but he was a dumbass. So I'm preparing you. Right. And I'm like, hi, Mom. And she's like, yeah, he came from Po White Trash and he's stupid. So, other than that, he was good looking. He was hot. So, and he goes, and I'm like, which is why any younger people watching, if you are dating someone and that stripper's really hot, you don't want a stripper that to be your baby's mama because they can't cook. Okay. They can't cook. They can't talk right at the PTA meeting. You need to not.
you need to not do that. I'm not saying pick someone ugly, but you need to like get the package. You don't need to get.
So, all right. So this is him there, and then we'll keep talking about him.
This is what the foothills of North Carolina look like. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh my! Now I didn't know where you lived was as beautiful as that, Tamara. That is. Look at those mountains.
Isn't that beautiful? And this is the mountains are 2.5 hours away. Do you see that big ass highway?
That highway goes all up through it is kind of scary. When I was a kid, we lived 20 minutes away in Hickory. We were in the valley. If you see the valley here.
Yes.
This is a little outside of the city. I'll show the city. It's teeny. And then the Chimney Rock is where you go stand up at the edge of this rock. I don't know why people do it because I'm terrified of heights, but you do it. I've done it. I don't like it.
You got to do that. You got to do that.
Yeah, you got to do it. I did it. I also did the 3,000 mile up bridge when I was probably about 12, and I'm walking across it. And then I realized I'm afraid of heights. And it's blowing in the wind. You're 3,000 miles up. And I just literally freaked out. I can do this. And then right in the middle, I was like traumatized, and you had to cross and then come back. So this is what it looks like. This is what I grew up around, the mountains. And then this is the actual city of Hickory. This is the little downtown. My grandmother used to take me to the bank. There was a bank on the opposite side of the corner, very old. And she would call it an all-day sucker. You know, it's a little lollipop. Through the bank, you know, they give it to her, and she'd give it to me. And then they have this thing once a year in Hickory. It's called Oktoberfest. That my mom and I haven't been, and then with the COVID, they shut down. But people in Hickory, they love to partay, and they have bands, they have beer. A lot of the Irish and Scots moved to the Carolinas because, as you see, some of it, we have something called in Grandfather Mountain, the Highland Games. They're very high mountains. And so it looks like there. So they migrated and moved here. So, and so do British people. Some of the British people were Scottish and Irish too. You know, it's complicated, but we do have a lot of that. And then here I am when I was a little bigger. And look how cute my mom is.
Oh my God, your mum is beautiful. And so are you, Tamara. That's just, what a beautiful picture.
Yeah, that's me. I was probably 3.5, 4 here. This is my first day of school on the opposite side. I got a little badge with my name on it.
Oh,
I did not want to go. That's my very first day of school. Is that funny? Look at that. And then my mom, she didn't really work. She was like a homemaker, but she did do temp work, like secretarial. And so as a kid, you know, I want to hit a couple things. I got a lot of slides over there. So as a kid, I was with my grandparents. And it seemed sad I didn't have a dad at the time, but I was totally spoiled because I had all these aunts and uncles. My mom had 5 other brothers and sisters. My grandparents, they worked really hard for their money. They had a hosiery mill and the side of their house with 35 machines. It was a big house. It's like 10,000 square feet, but I got what I wanted. So it wasn't that sad. Okay. I had all the attention from all these adults. I didn't like kids. I never liked kids. I thought they were stupid acting. Right.
Did you spend an awful lot of time on your own then because you had those thoughts?
Yeah, I was a loner.
Was you?
Yeah, I really was. I was a weirdo loner. My grandparents had these big boxes that they would carry the stocks, and they would put a lubricant over 12 of them, and they would put them in the box and take them to the mill. And I would ride with my grandmother, and she would back up. She had an old station wagon. And they would back them out. She was very meticulous. Very meticulous on her bookkeeping. And I would take afterwards the boxes, and they would make a little house, and I have like a little tea set, and I'd stay in there and talk to my imaginary friends. Like all day, like hours, I would spend in a box. I told you I wasn't right. I had the best time. I was like, "What do you don't say? Get out of here!" Really, I just love this idea. And real people will come up. Yeah. I'm busy right now. I'm talking to my friends here, and so no, I didn't need dolls. I hated dolls, except for Barbies because they were hot. Okay.
Oh, my sister had Barbies as well. Yeah, I remember.
They had the car. They had whatever and all that.
The horse.
They had all this stuff. Yeah, but I didn't like baby dolls. I'm like, this looks like a lot of work. And so, but I had a secret thing that I really love because I was obsessed with sea monkeys. Okay.
Oh.
And
this is new to
do
me.
you have this in the UK? Sea monkeys?
No, we don't. No. Grow a family. Now that sounds rather convenient. Can you make a choice of what family you want to grow?
Oh, Mark's saying he's got people from Hickory. Yeah, it's a really
it's a
pretty
small
little
world,
place.
Mark.
Oh, thanks.
They
So
are
the
cute.
monkeys, the sea monkeys. Okay, so I had an imagination, and so these sea monkeys. This is actually this same box, I guess, is the back of it or whatever. And so what it is this grow a family. So I got this as a little kid, and I thought, oh God, finally someone I can talk to, because I thought people were stupid. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong or just telling you. And so I thought, oh my God, there's my family. And so it says here that it's, oh, let me put my glasses on. This is hysterical. So it says here, everything you need to hatch sea monkeys, world's only instant pets. And then it said instant life, it will grow to maturity. So I'm thinking amazing life. So I'm thinking, see their little crown and I thought, and see, so you got the mom and dad, 2 little kids, got a little head back there. I could not wait for them. I'm like, where are they? And then I kept waiting. I know I wasn't right. I kept waiting. And my mom's like, what's going on? And I would sit for hours and wait for these. I wasn't right. And because I thought they were going to look like these things. And instead,
to be honest with you,
it looked like little plankton. I was like pissed off. And so I've been mugged. And I expected them to go in the glass like, click, click, click. Hey,
wake up, mate! Wake up,
Tamara. We're your family. We live in the ocean. How's it going today?
Come closer. Speak to us. You've grown us.
Oh my God! Look, it made my crown fall off. Oh my God! That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Okay, so all right, telling on myself. All right, so the next thing I had these are obsessions. I was totally obsessed with them. With monkeys. I'm still obsessed with monkeys. People know this about me. I can't pass a monkey okay. So my mom, I'm going to blame my mom. And I told her I was going to have some of these today, but she has to go to a doctor's appointment. She's a visit. She'll see it later. Goody for her. Anyway, so when I was 2 years old, my grandmother, she was very high up in my grandmother. And, she, okay, wait a minute. Don't give me any crap, anyone, because people are going to say whatever. But she was the head of the entire White Shrine of the entire United States. It's Masonic, but I don't want to hear any Illuminati crap, because when I went, they talked about Jesus and they did all these charities. So if it was, she would have flipped if she knew that. Okay, so just FYI, I got to say that to people being weird, because my people study. They study stuff and know things. So my mom went with my grandmother. She went all over the world to things. So my mom went with her, and she took a fancy to a monkey grinder in New York City. My mom never had a lot of common sense. I'm the same way. I follow my heart. I mean, it's just, it's not good for business, but she liked this monkey grinder. And so
what happened? What happened between your mum and the monkey grinder?
I was obsessed with the monkey.
Right.
Like, I couldn't believe he could do so many things. So I just peed all over myself. So we had to go back to his place to change, because we were in the middle of the city, because I peed all over myself because I got so excited.
Oh.
And so it was funny when my grandmother was living. She goes, yeah, your mom really liked that monkey grinder. I'm like, okay, well, it really got me connected to monkeys. So afterwards, there it started. Then I got sock monkeys. Love the sock monkeys. Now, here I am in my martial arts uniform. We're passing some special area, and I'm like, what the hell, monkey bars? And so I look at that. And so this is where I go. Wherever I am, if there's a monkey. Okay, now this one at the bottom, I'm doing like the monkey, like its face.
Oh, yeah, yes.
See, and that's a martial arts practice day. We apparently go grocery shopping afterwards, and there I am holding this. I said, what the hell, gorilla munch? Monkey munch? What the hell? And so I said, hey, look, do I look like the monkey? This is what my husband has to deal with all the time. He goes, he'll just start laughing. He'll go, what the hell are you doing? We gotta, we're in a hurry. I'm like, no, take a picture of me and the monkey.
Get the monkey bars in.
And then there's me on the top. We went to Epcot, and there was a puppet in Epcot where you go around the world. And I don't know I think we were in China, maybe.
And so we drink around the world. We start in Mexico with margaritas, and then we get right about midway, and we're like, we got to go get some more. And then we come back. So I was kind of tanked right here. And
At least you're honest.
and it looks like I'm having a private conversation with this monkey.
That's a good picture. I like that one.
This is just I know, not right. Monkey shines, yeah.
Monkey
Oh God,
shines,
yes.
Clay.
Okay, well, I don't know, Clay. If you can get me that picture, he said. Oh God, we're not. I won't tell the whole story, but if you can get me that picture, one time we're at. I know he wants me to tell the story. I'm not telling all of it, but Dollar General. We went through there to get paper towels. Okay,
Right.
it's Halloween. I see this mask, and it's like a bear with fur. So Clay said, "Where the hell did you go?" So I'm putting it on, and I'm like, "Here, how's it going?" It's like blue fur, and he starts laughing like really hard, like he like bent over laughing so hard. I'm like, "What? Hey, how's it going? Hey, arr." And then it's like a blue furry mask of a bear, but.
Right.
He said, "Let me take a picture." So I look at the picture, and you cannot see I have a head. It looks like it's the head, and it is the funniest thing you've ever seen. And I can't stop laughing. From there, the story gets a little crazy. So I'm going to leave it right there. You're like,
Okay.
I'll tell you the rest of it later. But it was,
Thank
but I
you.
do this everywhere I go. I just, do these. Okay, Adriana, hey, I'm so
Adriana,
happy.
how are you? Good to
Oh
see
my
you.
God.
Thank you for
Okay.
coming.
Oh yeah, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. And I love. She sent a picture of her in San Diego. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. All right, so going back to this monkey show. Okay, so I'm still obsessed with monkeys. All right, so the other thing I did growing up is I was dancing. I was always a ham. So here I have on red lipstick, and I'm like, yeah, I'm all that. Look at that.
Here I am.
Yeah, and ta-da!
In your
And then-
tutu.
And that's me in a tutu. Yeah, you thought you'd never see it. Only
I
on
know.
human
It's-
camera.
This is
With
the
the-
first. This is the first.
Hey, if I would look ridiculous, I'd wear a tutu now. Who cares? With a leather
Exactly.
jacket. Anyway, so this is my mom holding my little bratty sister who's 8 years younger. And look how cute she is. See those glasses that are round? Those are prescription. My
Uh-huh.
mom was a hipster, like big time. She still is. She's
Right.
still like, she's in her 70s, and she's still like, dresses the latest styles.
Good.
She finally
Good.
stopped wearing stilettos 5 inches because she said, my back's hurting. I'm like, well, you might gotta like wear a lower heel there. And so look at the orange chair back there. Oh my God. Look at the
Well, yeah,
orange.
that's got to be 70s, late 70s, something like that, isn't it?
70s, yeah, late. And I still love orange. I just love orange as a creative color. I just
It's a
love
lovely
that.
colour.
And then here I am. I don't know why I've got something in my mouth. It could be my
Yeah, I'm wondering
report
what that
card.
is.
I'm holding something. I could have my report card in my mouth. I probably want to eat it. I've got my lunch bag. I've got like this. Look at this little blue coat. I'm like, and look at my
Super
hair.
cute.
Wavy. Okay, so the reason my hair is in a shag is because I had a teacher in 3rd grade that would call me to go to the front of the class,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't know math well. And so what
Oh.
happened is my hair, get this, this is a crazy, crazy story. This is crazy.
Right.
So my
Okay.
hair
Ready.
started falling out. So my parents took me to all these doctors. They thought I had leukemia. Okay. And so seriously, it was like a big deal. And so
Yeah.
this woman was a total biatch. This woman was so mean. She looked like the woman in The Wizard of Oz, the witch. She kind of looked, she's like, so I began locking myself in the bathroom. And so one day, and I would just, when it was math time, I'd lock myself. One day I didn't lock it, and she opened it up, and there I am in the toilet, and I'm actually have to go, and everybody's looking at me. It was a horrible moment. So she was and she would get up there, and she would just, why don't you know this? Why don't it would rake you over the coals. Well, this is the weird part. My aunt, who is, I don't know, 30
Why would
years
you
older than me.
Why would you
That
behave
was
like
her
that?
teacher. Huh?
Why would you behave like that to a child? It's just
made my hair fall out. I mean, I had to have it kind of in a shag, but my aunt, 30 years older, this was her. Years later, I was saying, oh, it was horrible. This teacher was so mean. And she said, say that name again, Agnes so-and-so. And I went, yeah. She goes, that was my teacher. I said, what? She goes, she was the reason I decided to be a teacher because I figured we needed better teachers. And she was horrible. I went, are you kidding me? It was the same lady. Anyway, I thought it was weird. So that's why I cut my hair in a shag, because it was just thin. It literally was. She terrified the hell out of me. So yeah, that's just a little moment in time. Mm-hmm.
That's really sad. That's really sad.
Yeah, that's terrible. That. Children should not have to go through that or be. I think some people say nuns have done it to them or whatever. But you remember the good teachers and you remember the bad ones.
You do. I was the same as you. Teachers, look at this. It's my Barbie world.
So I moved up from sea monkeys to Barbies, and I had this townhouse, and I had also this little condo that had that exact one. And actually, they're in the attic. I'm thinking, there's some. Maybe I should turn it in and get some money off of this because it's sitting there.
You never know.
Cleaning. So there's Barbie in the middle. That was actually the Barbie I had. I try to be as exact as possible because I am obsessive personality. I don't know if you know that, but I am. And so her eyelashes, when I first got this Barbie right here, the Barbie, the Malibu Barbie was my second one, but the first one was this one here. I ripped her eyelashes out. And my mom said, why did you do that? I was fascinated by them. I said, well, Mom, the eyelashes are going to grow back. And
no, darling, they're not.
Mom's
let me inform you, they're not.
Really? Yeah, I did. And so anyway, but I love Malibu Barbie. She could do everything. Now I had the camper. I don't know if you can see the camper.
Yes.
They had the Malibu one. I had all that. I had that exact bike. And I had the country version, the van where they had the pots and stuff. Okay.
This is great.
That, I don't camp. I don't glamp. I don't camp. Sorry, guys, to disappoint you. I know nature's awesome. Nature's awesome. Mine is Bigfoot because, that kind of gets in the way of your privacy. But yeah, I don't. It's a lot of work. It's if you want to do it, that's great. But I did this here with Barbies and I thought, oh, isn't it fun? And then I was over my camping thing. Now, this is us, and this is my mom again, and she's visiting this. She's at this point dating. I guess did I go over it yet? She's dating Ray Calder, who was a guy that she was interested in. I thought his picture was here. I'll have to go back and look for it in a minute. And so this is his mother. And that's his one-legged dog. And we're in Rockingham, which is not a lot there. And then this is me on the battleship in Wilmington, which is actually extremely haunted. And I went down below. It's actually on like a ton of like haunted TV shows and so forth.
Right.
And so I didn't like it. I didn't really understand about ghosts and things like that. I'm trying to find that picture of Radio Ray. Give me just a second. I'll find that while we chat just a minute. But yeah, I had a picture of him in there because she met him and she thought, wow, I got to have this man. But for Hickory, North Carolina, he was, I guess, the hottest thing going. And so he had personality and all of that. My grandmother couldn't stand him. There he is. So, and I know, right? That was the car that I had my NDE and my fourth NDE, and I went through the windshield, that big windshield, no car seat, and I saw Jesus and the people behind. That was the car. And I was also obsessed with the monkeys. Again, do you see a theme? Monkeys?
I do, yeah, I know. Hey, we're the monkeys, yeah. Without a doubt. I used to love that, by the way.
Oh my God, I met them like a couple times,
maybe
3 times. Yeah, because my dad worked at a radio station, so we got backstage to sing and all that. And I used to grow up in Motown, so when I was older and people talk about Styx and
really
and
cool.
AC/DC, I was like, I didn't know white people bands.
Right.
I had no clue. I had a good friend who was a black fella, and he told me he knew white music and I knew Motown. Black, so we talked about shared music. Isn't that the craziest thing? I did not know. I grew up in Motown. That's what I knew. And so then this Sister Janet Mead, the Lord's Prayer, I got that at his radio station, and
Yeah.
I just love that. And I thought, considered being a nun, and then I thought, well, you got to wear that thing on your head all the time. And then I thought, well, there's no boys included, and that's just not going to be fun for me.
So that's a no-no for you then, Tamara.
I was like, this is not going to work. Hot pink habits is not going to work.
What do you mean there's no boys?
No, so this is not going to happen. And this is where, so afterwards, he got a job at a radio station, and we moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. But you can see it is where it is located in North Carolina in the USA. And it is, you see North and South Carolina, everybody gets it all messed up. We're in North Carolina. It is the biggest city in North and South Carolina.
So
it has 10.5 million people.
Excuse my ignorance, is that the closest city to you?
I live there. Charlotte. We moved.
Charlotte, right, okay.
Yeah, we ended up moving when I guess, how old was I? Maybe, God, I don't know. I guess 12, something like that. We moved from Hickory. I put my tiara back on. And then this is, I mean, I always lived in a bathing suit. I was practically a nudist. I'm serious. And it's like, and people go, oh, everybody did that when you were young. No. I literally have so many pictures of me walking around in bathing suit. I actually still do. I want a privacy fan. I don't care if I don't care if I was 100 and my boobs were down to my knees. I just think it feels great. And
Tamara, it's about you. It's about being happy. Who gives a hoot what people think? Yeah, good.
The thing is, it's just freeing to me, and I just like it. I mean, it's just, which is why I want to move to Florida, because you actually get to wear a bathing suit. And so this is my mom and I walking on the beach. Mom's got a pretty good figure. Look at that. Look how cute she is.
Yeah, I know.
I'm about 12 and a half. And which I think I look older than 12 and a half. I look older than 12 and a half. And then in the middle, I'm 16. It's my 16th birthday. I had to embrace this. I didn't like to smile.
Oh.
And then this is my brother in the playpen, which he went through 4 playpens. He ate through it because mom didn't really understand childcare. So she just kept buying playpens, and he ate through it like a hyena. And so there were I would always wear beauty masks. Even as an early age, I was always buying expensive. Like at 13, I go into the Lancome beauty department. You said like a bottle of $50. Like, ma'am, you're 13. I'm like, I know, but you got to start early. And so
let me tell you,
my grandmother had great skin, and my mom's is okay, considering it could have been better, but she just like, oh, soap and water. I was like, no, we need products. And so then at this point, let me make sure that, okay, so don't want to miss anything here. Oh gosh, it feels like something slipped out here. I'm trying to get the exact thing that's going on. So we did the sea monkeys, we did whatever. I did go to, I don't know why one is slipped out here. It's actually quite a good one. So I just want anyone that says, oh my God, you're so young. Oh my God. I'm just going to say, for all of you doing that, go to hell. No, because nobody wants to hear that. Okay. Oh my God, Tamara, you used to look so good. Okay. So just remember, I got you over here. Okay. Okay. So here I am. This is me with clay at 19.
Oh, you're absolutely beautiful. You both look beautiful.
Look at that. 19. And that's the one in the far corner. And then in the middle, this is insane. I was 19. I started going to like really nice clubs at 15. I'm not right. I did. And jazz clubs. I would go to speakeasy and jazz clubs. And then I started going to this. Oh yeah. I just walk in. I go, hey. I just love the excitement watching people. And so this is my mom
when she's young. So it would be me, my mom, and Clay. She went out with us all the time. And people thought she was
fantastic.
my sister. Is that crazy?
Really?
Yeah. Is that
Oh,
nuts?
I think it's great that I think it's brilliant that you went out with your mum. Because it's just so unusual for that to happen. I didn't do that so much with my mother, but we did go to a few concerts. But when I did, it was just magical. So I'm really envious, to be honest, that you've had so much time that you went out with your mum. Great memories.
Oh, yeah.
Tamara.
I mean, because she was young enough, because remember, she had me at 18, right?
Yeah.
So
Gosh,
she was young enough to go out. And then look at Clay and Little Rocker. That's when I first met him. I was like, I don't know what this is. I've never met anyone like him, but I got to have that man.
yeah.
I didn't know, because he's creative. I'm creative. I didn't understand those things back then. I was just like, I didn't get it. And so then there we are below at his parents' house, and I have a black poodle in my hands, and his hair went way down his back. It was really curly, and we, for some reason, like cows. So then every Christmas, everybody gets cows, and we were like, enough on the cows, no more cows.
Right.
And then there we are. My hair is starting to grow out some here. And then he was with different bands, and then he would play these, and I'll have to find them for another time, but we used to go to these dives, these punk rock bars, and I've got these crazy, oh yeah, I would come with my cat eyes and I was badass, my outfits. Oh, one time I dyed my hair black, and it was like dark. It was almost black, and I had a long ponytail all the way down to my butt, and I wore glasses, and I had this like chemise on, and Clay's playing on stage, and I just stood there forever till he noticed me, and then when he did, he looked, and I just started laughing. I thought, I don't know, but anyway, so this is him, and he did several albums with Capitol, and that's one of the things there, and there's stories to that. And then there's a shootout. I owned an ad agency, and we did a shootout with him it was a jacket was opened up, and then we held flowers, and we did this whole hippie looking photo shoot thing that we did together. So those were some of I met Clay at 19. We instantly hit it off. He was a smart ass, but he was kind and loving and loved his family. He said always wonderful things about his family. And we just became friends and would talk after school. I was going to Central Piedmont Community College. And then he had a girlfriend. I was dating he said, you were dating a ton of guys. It's true, I was. And I mean, a lot. Like a ton, but it was only like one time because they bored me. And so,
Right.
And so it's true, because they would offer a free meal and I would take it. And so he said, God, so he's now a great cook. He's like, this is one way I got to keep you is I gotta eat good food. Yeah. He's a great cook. But this is my art. We found this last night, and I was like, oh my God, these are images of, I went to East Carolina University. I said, well, I'm going to college. Anyway, he would come visit me and said, look at this. We both have mullets. Holy crap. Look at that.
Mullets. I remember that. I remember that description.
And look at that. And then, so I went for commercial art and marketing. Actually, I had a whole gallery, the entire floor. So because I'm in a BFA school, I had to do fine art too. So I made like this fruit from scratch, these statues, necklaces. I did titanium. I did a bunch of stuff. I'm very talented on a lot of stuff. I don't tell people, but I'm extremely talented creatively. I'm very diverse. People don't realize I did photography. I was in a lab a couple of years. Anyway, this is my grandmother, and my granddaddy had passed, I think at this point, but she funded me to go to college. Even though my stepdad had a lot of money, he did not give any money. And she says, oh, I knew that would happen one day. So they had been saving up.
Oh.
And in their 70s, they worked really hard, their late 70s, to put me through school. So I will always be grateful for that. God, look how skinny I am. I actually don't like being that skinny. Oh my God. I mean, I'm looking I'm emaciated, and look at Clay. He's skinny too. We look like Iranians or something.
Yeah, you've been fed for a couple of months.
This is when I lived in Syria.
Yeah, I made it back now.
Oh, thanks. Oh,
yeah, I
Okay,
agree with that,
so-
Adriana. Beautiful hair.
So
this is a perm. Okay, so I have to find the picture one day. We're going to just do random things, not a whole thing like this, but my friend Nina, which I'll show at some point, the my mom was obsessed. I have a picture of our whole family with perms. And so one birthday, I think it was like 3 years ago, I opened the card to this birthday card, right? And she's kind of smiling. You could tell she's been waiting probably a year to do this. She found this card and she's like, I opened the birthday card and I open it up. And on the front is a woman with a big perm and her little baby with a big perm. And I was like, okay, well, screw you. My whole family had a perm. I couldn't help it. And she did. She lined up the whole entire family. We all had curly perms. I have no idea why she did that. I have a picture of all of us, every one of us. My stepdad, all
dig
of
it out. I've got to see it. Dig it out.
And I'm like, yeah, she couldn't wait. She goes, remember your whole family when they had, because I've known her since 15. I'm like, okay, that's just wrong. I was like, what is wrong with you? So anyway, I come back. He's on the road. I open my own business and I get a poodle because I'm lonely. I am partying a lot with a girl that I became friends with next door in the complex. But I have an ad agency and that's the dress that I sat in the chocolate cake. Okay, so
for the story of the chocolate, I do remember that.
So we go for an award thing. I have tons of these. I could only find these, but see me winning awards. Right. I have 2 boxes in the attic, big ones, of tons of awards. I was like, okay, another award. And but what it was, there's Clay. He looks very dignified. And
he does, doesn't he?
Look, he cut his hair. He was always so long.
You took the words out of my mouth there. Clay, why did you cut your hair, man?
Well, people were giving him crap, and they're like, when you go to the gym, it takes a long time for you to do your hair. Why did you do that? And he's like, I don't know. And so when he first cut his hair, he had it styled weird. The guy did it. I was like, I don't like that. So we went back, had a cut, and I'm like, God, that was underneath there. You cleaned up pretty good. So, but he cut, that was just right after he cut his hair. And so he said, yeah, it's a lot easier. But anyway, I won this award for a campaign, and I was showing the side of my hair. I was like, I'm big into hairdos, and I think that was an extension. I'm like, I'm just a glamour girl. But anyway, this is the night that I won this award, and it was a big cocktail thing. You can see the tables, and it was a big room. They call me up, and it's in the podium and all that. So I have a chair, and I'm sitting down. I have a name tag, and you see that pretty blue dress. It goes all the way down. It's very pretty, light blue. Yeah. I sit in the chair. Somebody had put a plate of chocolate cake in the chair. So guess what was all over my butt? Oh, yes, dark chocolate cake.
And it would be chocolate, wouldn't it? It couldn't be anything else, could it?
Lemon, chiffon, cream, no. So,
when did you find out?
Oh my God! Clay's face goes, we need to go to the bathroom.
We gotta go now.
Go in there. I didn't know anyone really, and he's like, no, you don't want to know. We just need to go. So we're in the women's bathroom. Nobody's in there. And then he's like, having to soak my butt. He goes, well, it's better than what it is. We got to get this off. And so then somebody comes by and said, sorry, I got the satin chocolate cake. And so who does that? They put a chocolate cake in a chair. In my chair, it was my chair with my name tag. And it wasn't there in the beginning. And then it was there. So
Did you find out who did it?
Yeah, this was not over alcohol. It was just, I'm like, hey, how's it going? Talking. And then I sit in this chocolate. I mean, this is like a pie in the face kind of thing. So some of the awards that I did, I used to work in annual reports. So this is for a cracker company with crackers and peanuts inside. Although now, years later, 3 years ago, I realized I'm allergic to peanuts. I never was till 3 years ago. Isn't that weird? Weird. But this was an account for probably 10 years. And what I did, this was their the annual report of their anniversary. So I was friends. I would work with the chief financial officer, the treasurer, the CEO of the company. This was a big company. This is now bought by Frito-Lay. This was big. And so I picked out all these old photographs over boxes and boxes of stuff and created this historical kind of dialogue of the company and the history and where they've been and how the product has grown. This one was for a manufacturing soap product company, and they had no identity, no anything. I'm a brand specialist. So I created like the soap, the covers on one side at the top, and you can see different colored hands, different soaps. And I came up with the system: protect, cleanse, and restore. I sat in sales school for a week, and I said, "Why do you not have these categorized?" I am compulsively whatever, and that's good and bad. I usually don't miss much, but and so I had these organized. I organized all the products into usage and benefits, and then I did the photo shoot. I hired photographers. Oh, I had all sorts of food photographers. I was on. Yeah, this is just one example, and so this is inside of the brochure. You can see the whole cleansing system. I even designed the dispensers. I have
well done.
So much stuff in there, but you can see. I mean, I did other things that were kind of, I guess you could conservative or whatever, but I had a particular style, I guess. And then after the ad agency, I started going through the spiritual emergency, 14 years. And, and I started praying, and all my spiritual gifts started coming. I was like, oh God, I haven't prayed in so long. But around 38, I started going through these changes. Like, what is going on? And it was like my real self was coming through. And it was like a death. It really was. So I started this little business, and I don't have the whole thing. It ended up being like, it started small, and it ended up going to 1,500 square feet. And I'd had a boutique, Glamlam. They used to call me Glamlam Tam. And I designed custom jewelry, but then I had these custom goddess cups. The logo is kind of cool. Luxury brass cups, and they would make them like a statue. Like they're like a weapon. They're so strong. And then I created, I don't have it in here, but I created French broke furniture, and I would sell that, and I would gild stuff. I have to show you my gilded table. It's over the top, my French desk. And here's one of like my goddess cups I have on now. And they're like, you can see they're dimensional. And then I paint them. And then like here's some earrings that I match, because I wanted my stuff to match, so I would just make what I want. I'm like, God, I'll just go make it. And so, so that's one of the things. I do lots of stuff.
You do?
I sew. I used to sew clothes, and finally I was like, screw that. Now I just go back and I alter it, add buttons, and do different things. Yeah. But and that's my escape. It's creativity, and I haven't done that lately. Even though this is a creative venture, all of this. But it's not the same as really, oh, thanks. She did the same. She got a lot of free food. I'm telling you, Adriana, that is.
To eat out in the 20s. I like that.
I didn't really like anyone, because I was like, God, you're just going to leave me over a lobster dinner. I'm like, no, but I will take the invitation. And so he's like, I don't mind.
Can't be lobster though.
Cook anything now. I mean, he's a very good cook. He's like, he said, I had to do something.
Oh, you're lucky.
He'll leave me for a meal. And so, and now this is us later on in life. So I like disco, because it's fun. Pictures. And Clay was mortified, because he was a pop rock musician, but he was mortified. He hated it. And so now he's like, oh, it's fun. I said, yeah, it's entertainment. It's not the same kind of thing. It's just for fun. He goes, oh, okay. And so this is me, one of my birthday parties, and he dressed completely up. We got a spray tan. We looked so swarthy. We looked so cheesy. We looked like creepy swingers or something. And my mom didn't even recognize Clay. He had like a little and he had 5-inch shoes. And you know what he kept telling me? He kept saying, my God, they're comfortable. I really like them. Like, I'm
doing good in these shoes.
I can't deal with this. Please just make this a one-time occurrence. I can't deal with this. And so he said, I really like them. And then so he was in the whole Jim Croce, I don't know, valence. I don't know what he was doing there, but he was like totally different person that night. He totally acted the whole night. He was in character. And
that's fantastic.
And then that was me. We at a swing dance thing. We did that for Fluke, like the music, like the high energy, started becoming friends with people. They were older friends of ours. And then we joined the swing dance thing for like a year. And he was flipping me like upside down and stuff. We finally got it where he'd flip me up, catch me. I would go through his legs, and he would do it, and he would side to side. I was like, this is too much damn work. I mean, this is too much. This is too much work here. So we finished that, but we always like dressing up for Halloween. Halloween was a chance. This is my office here. I had an older, it was 2,000 square foot older building that I put in a conference room and a kitchen. It was really cool. It was written up in the business journal. But then we go to sci-fi parties. Here we had the Mad Monster Mash. I had different horror and sci-fi movie people here. So I'm dressed up. But we always did. I have so many crazy Halloween pictures, and we go out. He actually won that night. It was a huge party with like 1,000 people, and he was Nosferatu, and he had professional makeup done. He actually won that night. He got like $100 or something, but he won.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well done.
So that's what. And then this is my mom. You can still see she's still groovy. She's still cool.
She is. She looks really cool. Yes, I love that picture. Actually, it's a great picture of the three of you there, top left.
Yeah, and compared to, imagine those people there. I hate to do this, honestly.
Go on.
Are those people there?
Before and after.
Don't say anything. Be nice. This is what happens if you live long enough, okay? Yep. And
it's excellent.
And so anyway, you just do the best you can. So this is my mom. For some reason, she had a stint with red hair. I have no idea why. That's me. It's 80s night. We went to an 80s bar. We're dressed like the 80s. That's me. And that's my sister with the blonde hair.
Right.
And Michelle's really pretty. And then that's my brother in the back. He's looks like Mr. Clean. He's really tall and big. And that's his wife, Katie, at the very end. And they have a little girl now, Charlotte. And this is below is another picture. It was my sister's birthday, and that's my stepdad, older, the one that had the cool car. That's him.
Yes,
that's Clay there. So that's him there. And I just want to show an older picture. He passed a few years ago, and I just want to show an older picture of him. And then this is we trained 8 years. I actually got involved with it was women warriors. I saw a flyer. I was like, oh, what's this? It was really tough. And you learned, fighting. And I realized, my God, after like 2 minutes of like pounding, beating in a bag, I'm exhausted. And I realized, God, I need to get in shape. This sucks.
It is hard work. Yeah.
This is hard work. So what happened is I ended up taking this, I think it was 6 weeks course. And I'm like, oh my God, I really know nothing about this. And so I took another one, and it was tough because we had go. You do circuits quick. Because when it's quick and you got to use all your chi. And I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. So then they said, well, we're going to let people test for 1st and 2nd degree Hapkido. And I thought, well, I've already been here. Why not? So what happened is I ended up liking it so much. I'm like, I love this, because what we did was learn how to break bones and manipulate and to move the body in ways to control it. Especially the big people, their wrist snap like a twig. They're horrible. Like these bodybuilders, they're like, you get a hold of their wrist, you can take them down. I mean, you can take someone down because their wrists don't bend. And so I really liked it. So I told Clay. Clay gave me this story. I've never heard it. He goes, I always wanted to take martial arts, but my dad said we couldn't afford it. And I've always, as a childhood dream, I was like, oh my God, that's horrible. Well, come on. So we ended up taking this, and I got a 1st degree black belt. He got a 2nd degree.
Well
I was going to get a 2nd degree, but some a-hole broke my wrist showing off. Brand new, not even our school, walked in. I was showing him I was higher rank, and then he broke it. And I actually went to New York, did a mediumship thing, did a training, and then I did a big charity in New York. And my wrist was hurting. Came back, Clay said, get an x-ray. I was like, I don't want to pay for it. So I'll pay for it. I mean, it's not like we didn't have insurance. I was just being hard-headed. And so I did, and it was broken, and it was actually fractured. So I couldn't pass. So I got held behind. So the funny story on that, and that's me with my black belt. And that's my teacher, who now has passed. He passed, I think it was 4 years ago. I think he had a heart attack, and it was just so sad. Mr. Burdett. And so these are actually our teachers. That's Clay, that's me. And we actually tested our junior black belt. Was brutal. We had to barefoot run in the sun. We had to do 150 push-ups, 150 burpees, 150 this and that. I mean, it was brutal as hell. Then you had to go beat people's ass. And what you do is they do a gauntlet, and people bum rush you, and then you got to take them down. We had to do stick, gun disablement, all this. And so I really liked it. And so, but the hardest part was getting rid of my stilettos and my long nails. I'm serious, because now they're short, but now I would like to have them back, but I need to finish my book, and so I can do quicker. But I did get my black belt, and I was the only woman in 10 years to get that damn belt.
Ooh.
There I am. Look,
what an achievement!
And I'm flushed. Well, why wouldn't I be? I just
of course, agreed. Yeah.
Like 4 hours. I'm flushed. I'm like, oh. And then also, I'm going to look like a total redneck now. I also love gun shooting, precision, and archery. And I'm really a good aim. I'm really a good aim. This was at a distance, at a great distance. And they even had a tiny balloon. They said, who can get this? I said, I'll get it. Start back. And I did get it. I got it. I have like 12 people. I got it. So, then I went into this, I was going through the spiritual crisis, not because I'm shooting and bows and arrows, but I had finally said, hey, what should I do? And Jesus said, it's time for you to come out and use your gifts to help people. I'm like, oh. So I go to the first thing, John Holland at the Omega Institute with Janet Novak. They both are authors and mediums. And you can see the class size. And I thought, oh, God, I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe it. So I'm taking a plane and I'm getting signs like crazy. Number 22, hence today, is my, one of my numbers. I also 333, but I got 22. I had an owl land in front of my car as big as a dog, look at me, fly off, which my grandmother loved owls. Then I was on the plane and a big dude stood up before I went to this big class you see here. And the back of his shirt said spirit show all week long. And I'm going, this is me. I've not embraced the mediumship. I've tried to hide it for years. This is what I do. And I go there and I said, I think I'm good. Yeah. But if I suck, I'll just come home. Right. There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, got to try.
And so I did. I gave it a try. I was good. And at the end, there was 3 people that gave platform. I gave platform, and the other mediums were like, it was great. The lady that her grandmother came through some easy bake ovens and all the stuff and all that. Right. And she was crying, and the teachers were laughing. This is fantastic. We were like, how long have you been doing this? I went, tonight. And I'm like,
oh, I'm a newbie.
I think I found my calling. Yeah. I was like, I literally, Spirit said, take your place. It said, who's next? And I shot up. They actually literally propelled my body like a rocket. And I was up and I was on the stage and I was lit with Spirit. I was moving like the woman. I was talking. I was so-and-so. And I was like this. And I knew that was the real me. I knew that I could never go back. I knew that was it.
Had you found your purpose?
I totally came out, because I can hear so clear. And I love stage work because I have multiple families going at once because I can handle a lot of energy and it's just cool. I just love it. I love a lot of rando. And, no one ever really bothers me at these things that I do because, I have no problem. I feel like what I do is sacred. I don't have a problem shutting someone down. I don't like it. But so this is Tony Stockwell. I train with him. That's my friend Mara, who's a medium. I trained with Tony 8 years. I trained with Lisa Williams, but I can't find a picture. I have a picture with her in a bar. Sorry. Afterwards, the class went out and partied, and we have a picture with her, a hat on, and we look like 2 witches. I didn't put it up. But anyway, I did train with her and did her 13-week certification. And we did a week in San Antonio with Raw Public, and we were tested. She had like evaluation forms, and that was. She's a toughie, but she's very direct, but I enjoyed it. And so then I started doing teaching at like the Edgar Casey Center, and I was the keynote speaker for a day there. That was a dream come true.
Great pictures.
I tell you, I loved reading Edgar Casey about him in the library. And I had a couple of mystical experiences there. I did that. I did a mediumship demonstration. I was asked to come back, and I spoke for the Ions in Virginia Beach, and I flew in. They picked me up, and I spoke at some like Unity type church thing. And then the next day I talked for the Ions group at the Edgar Casey Center, and I did a medium demonstration. We ate lunch. I took a medium, and then I did a medium demonstration. Mine's very natural. I just start talking, and they're like, oh crap, you're doing it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't go, we are starting now.
We're into it. Yeah.
I'm like, well, blah, blah, blah. You're so-and-so. You're talking to them. I'm like, yeah, it's very seamless with me. I don't know if Mark can.
I like that. I like that approach, to be honest.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, we went into it. Okay. He's saying, what is he saying? You're a musician, Jeff Lynn. He looks like
Jeff Lynn, great musician. Jeff Lynn from Electric Light Orchestra, I think. Is that right, Clay?
Yep. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a lot of work.
Nice picture.
It was a lot of work. So anyhow, I did the training with them. And the reason that I did it was this. I was already certified by God, but you know how this world is. People, and I've got tons more of these things than students. And I did really well. And you know what? Let me just say something about people underestimating you. And for those listening, always hold to your dreams, especially even there are people that when I was in art school, I didn't think they were that great, but I thought, if they're passionate, work hard, they can still get there. Some people are more gifted in certain areas than other people. Same thing with mediumship. There's some people who are more naturally gifted. And I definitely think my NDEs got rid of my filters. And so with this, the reason I got training is because I didn't want to hear any crap from anyone. I wanted to be able to train. I train with people globally, all over the world. And he would fly into New Jersey and we would spend like 7 days. And then the Florida was another time. It was another 7 days. But the journey within, I'm thinking that was a lot less expensive than flying to England. I also trained with other teachers that are psychic studies there in London, and some of the things. But that's how I did it. It was still expensive to be able to go and fly and pay and doing all this, but I wanted to do it to prove to myself that I could hold my own against anyone, nationally, internationally, and I wanted. And everybody gave me crap. I can say, "Oh, I'm certified by God." I could say, "Oh, I've done all these different things. I've taken with James Von Prague too. I like Tony and Lisa's style the best. And I like that there is some type of format for evidential mediumship. With that said, it's kind of like music. You learn your musical notes, you learn things, and then you break the rules.
Yes. I kind of do it the other way, but I'm with you.
So, then you let your personality come through and so forth. So when I left, I did the Edgar Cayce. I was invited, did the mediumship. That was awesome. And then Spirit told me like this with me and you. They said, "Hey, you need to call the Southern Women's Show." And because I didn't want to do bars, I know Cindy Casa does a lot of bars. And I could have done that circuit because circuit's actually headquartered where I am. But I was like, I really don't want a bunch of drunk people listening to me. I'm like, I really don't know where to go. I can't go in a church. I'm a heathen. So they said, Southern Women's Show. So I said, what's that? Well, they're in huge convention centers. And so I called them, did a thing for them. They're like, oh my God. The woman came back home, found that stuff from her dad, said, oh my God, you were spot on. He was crying. So I did it. So I started doing these things. And next thing you know, I started with 75 people the first time. And then at a sitting, and they were like all lined up around everywhere. And then I started headlining on the main stage. And my friend Nina, that's the one I've known since 15, that gave me the card with the curly hair. Look at her. She's got a little attitude. Oh, she wasn't this when we were younger. She was like no makeup, a little flower child. Now she's a cougar. I'm like, you're a cougar now.
Cougar.
Stand up straight. And I'm like, okay, all right. And so then here I am on stage. Look how confident I am. And
no, you look so confident.
I know. Isn't that a cool picture? I love that. It's one of my favorite. And so there, I do anywhere from 250 to 1,000 at a time. Richmond really likes me. And Jacksonville was good. Mark Ferrantino was there and I met his wife. We had a real nice time. And then I would meet media people. Look at me. I'm just, gang signing St. Patty's. I don't know. And then she's Kat Simmons. She has her own syndicated radio show. There I am live doing readings live. I do readings live. I've done readings live different places, radio. And I used to do radio when my stepdad had his when he was in radio. I used to do radio commercials and stuff. And so this guy showed up at the thing, and they all sang happy birthday. I probably had, easily it was 750,000 people. They sang happy birthday. I didn't realize it. They went on stage, the media announced me. They're so sweet. This guy said, I knew your dad. I worked with him. Your father was a legend in radio. I said, what? But we don't even live in the same city. They're like 6.5 hours away. He said, he's a legend. I said, you're kidding. He goes, oh, he could close anyone. He could close anyone in sales. He could close anyone.
And then these people work for the radio station. They're sisters. So getting down to the wire, we're getting at the end. This is one of my passions here are puppies.
Oh, beautiful pictures.
And that's
Absolutely
my first puppy.
gorgeous.
TC.
Uh-huh.
Like my little girl named Tammy called her. Now it's Tamara. That's my real name, but that's my first dog. And then we've got Tucker, Abby, and Tex was Clay's dad's dog. And when he passed, he had no place to go, so we took him in.
Uh-huh. Oh,
And now this is Abby and Tucker. Abby is a diva. She barks all the time. She thinks she actually is a good watchdog, but she drives me nuts. She's very needy. I'll tell her in the toy box, go get this, go get that, go get your monkey, go get that, go get your llama. She'll pull it out as I ask her. She's super smart. I was going to teach her flashcards, but then she gets on my last nerve. So she's very demanding. There's Tucker. He's a rescue. He's in a little teddy bear outfit. She loves Christmas gifts. She loves anything. She actually opens them. And she's obsessed with toys and she loves presents. Beautiful. And this is my mom, and she has she's got on a red fur coat and red fur boots up to her, red velvet boots up to her knees. I told you she's still a diva.
She is.
And I don't know what we've got. Abby, no, that's mom's gloves. Abby's got something on. She's got a red chemise. This is the year of the dog, and it's like so Tucky's in like a little Japanese wig.
Right.
And then this was Clay's work thing, and they were having a dog day, and so they were all meeting at Lucky Dog, and it's where the dogs run around and go ape crazy, and everybody drinks whatever. And if you can see, there's Tucker's head and a baby thing. So I bought this baby carrot. Yes. He's so fat, he broke it, and so
you broke it.
And so we have his toys. Tamara. We have his toys in there, and then there's these big, huge dogs, like labs. And so what he's doing, these dogs are going up behind him, and they're just like humping him, and he's just ignoring them. Like he would be so good in a prison yard. He's like, no dog could intimidate him. They're like, God, this little tough dude, and he's like,
dog with an attitude.
He's like, I'm done. And so one of them went into his baby carriage and took his bone. And he's like, whatever. Now I have him a really heavy duty one. You could run with it, and it's red. We call it his race car because we don't want him to get a complex because he doesn't understand his limits because of his heart. So we call it his little race car because he doesn't understand. So this is him, St. Patrick's Day, about 3 years ago, and that's him when we went to see Shen Yun, which is the Chinese ballet, and so we dressed him up for that. He's got a blue eye and a brown eye.
He looks gorgeous. That's just beautiful. Love that. I really love that.
And once I got him fixed up, he looked all gnarly. They wanted him back, and I'm like, And I'm like, and they're like, we want to see him. I could tell, I was like, this is my baby.
No. That's not happening. It's not leaving you.
This is my child. And so
I'd be the same, Tamara. I'd be the same with that.
So, but yeah, so hopefully that is so sweet. Adriana, she gave me a birthday gift. That is so sweet. Thank you. That is so sweet. Well, I'll make sure I'll do something special with it, and then I'll let you know. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Wow.
That is very sweet.
Well,
very
so we went through quite a bit of things. I don't need my glasses anymore. And one thing I forgot to do though. Oh God. Okay.
So something went over.
It did. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm not right. Okay. So how old am I? Monkey.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
And this is what I have around me when I'm working. I have a robot. Look at this. Isn't that cool? A 10 robot.
I always wanted one when I was a child. Always wanted a robot, but never had one.
Is that cool or what?
That is super cool. That'd look good on my shelf, Tamara.
I think my mom's. Look how freaking old that is. It's like Mickey Mouse. It's like really old.
Yeah.
And this is, I think this was my mom's too. These are like chickens. Of course, I got always in with chickens because Spirit loves to talk about chickens with me. And it's a little ball, and they peck. See, they're pecking away. Yay, look at them go. And then because Spirit, and I don't know people that don't know this, it's always talking about chickens. and chicken
Right.
coop. Every live show I do, and I'll go, your grandmother had a chicken coop. They'll go, yeah, I could do any. This came up, I think, with the Irish thing. It always comes up. It doesn't matter. I could be talking to someone from India and a chicken will come up. It doesn't matter. And I think it's just something to do with me. So I saw this Barbie thing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I bought it. Clay's like, oh, God, I can't believe you bought this. And she has a chicken coop.
Oh.
And look, and I just because I think that's so strange. Isn't that hysterical?
That is.
She's got
the
like a
chicken
little
coop.
blue jean, like Daisy Dukes, and she goes, "Look, live and love on the farm." And then she's got, look at the chickens. The little chickens come with it, and the bucket and the eggs. See, there's little baby chicks down there.
Oh,
Can you see them? There's the baby chick.
I can. Yeah.
Oh my God! And all that comes in there, and I was like, "That is hysterical." And then I had the mermaid lady on, and I was going to get, this is awful. I have a niece that's 3, and this was supposed to be hers, but I freaking kept it.
You can't have that. Your auntie's
Freaking mermaid. Oh my God, look at this. It's a mermaid. And I was like, oh, man, I just love
So Tamara, what did you get the 3-year-old child instead then? What was the substitute? Or did you get another one?
Do you really want to know?
I think most of the viewers would probably want to know the answer to that one. Yeah.
All right, hold on. You asked. All right.
Ready?
So what I did is I got her
this Barbie, and I did buy her first Barbie, but because it's summertime, I got her the beach Barbie with the dog, her little buddy.
Uh-huh.
She can sit up there and, hey,
That's
you know,
a fair exchange.
we're going out with G-Pen. Stop it. She's got like a little thing there. Okay. And so that's one thing. And then the other thing, I haven't wrapped it yet. I got this pool. This is because we are racially lucid. I've got her little, I don't know if she's African American or Indian, or she says a tan, but I got her little friend
with a little pool so they can go outside by the pool. Okay.
Cool. All right.
And I've got
That would be exciting for a 3-year-old.
And then I've got the lounge chair. So she can go out in the sun and then I bought her a tiki bar, which I've already given her that. The tiki bar, which has a blender and margaritas. I'm starting.
Oh, 3.
It really is. And I knew my brother, he wouldn't get pissed off. I knew he would go, he'd think it's funny because somebody else might get pissed, but it's a Barbie tiki bar with like.
Never too early to learn about cocktails.
No. It's true.
Let's be realistic.
Fell over. Look at this. It's a tin toy. This is not mine. I'm not that freaking old.
I don't know whose it was. I guess it was my mom's. I don't know.
That's a really
But
cool
look
toy,
at this. What you do is you get it going. It's like a circus ride. And you just click this. Look, it's all, look at it. It goes, wee.
Oh my gosh, that wouldn't have survived with me. I can tell you that.
Is that
But it looks
cool?
an amazing. Yeah, it's really cool. Love the colors and the design of it, and it's tin as well, rather than the gnarly plastic that we get these days. So
Isn't
good
that
toys.
Aren't
Good
they cool
toys.
toys? And it's like little asteroids and stuff. And I actually like these things that twirl around and so forth. So
Uh-huh.
these things around me to inspire me, including barrel of monkeys, because I love monkeys.
Mhm.
Remember the barrel of monkeys?
I do.
And which people don't know, it is if you don't know what a barrel of monkey is, you play this silly little game and you connect them and they all
There
kind
you
of,
are.
you try to pick them up with that. And then
Uh-huh.
I have my troll. You can't see the hair, but it's green. That's why it's not showing up, but it's my troll that I've had. And so I put these things around me to remind me to be playful. And
Yes.
and not be so serious. And I think we get so serious. And I think as adults, we feel like that we have to be self-important or serious. And
Yeah,
why? We're not here that long.
I agree with you 100%. So You know, if I was down in my house, you'd see my little collection of toys. So you're
Do
not
you?
alone, Tamara. Oh yeah, goodness, yeah.
Serious? Oh, will you bring them
Yeah.
next? Will you bring them
I
next
will.
time?
I promise I will. I might even get the guitar out next time and frighten you all to death.
Oh
So
my
that's
gosh,
my
I would
other toy.
love that. I was going to ask you that. So now that you said it, I feel good about that. So
Okay.
that and any kind of funny little things that come up, we'll do that. And I thought we would have a topic going forward. So the next time we're going to meet is the first week of April on the 5th. We're going to work on this format for you all, and feel free to send me info@seekingheavenshow.com, kind of the things you want us to cover. Again,
Yes,
we can
please.
cover stuff, but here's the whole point. The indie ears, we're still alive. We're still, and Raymond and I are both seers. You know,
Very
he's
much.
a healer. I'm a medium and Chandler. I mean, you know, it's not like we can't work with stuff live, and not saying I'm going to do necessarily live readings. I'd follow wherever spirit wants. I don't want to look like a sideshow. That's not where I'm going with this. What I'm saying is that we're real. We can't. You can interact with us. And keep happening. So, and we have opinions about life, and you know, we'll be able to, you know, to be able to answer some of these things for you all and have some fun. We can do both, right?
Yes. We have enormous experience, and you know, as I keep saying to people, to get this kind of experience, you have to, the majority of the time, you have to have that. You used to have that barrel of monkeys as a kid. I like that. we are approachable, and this is what's lovely about your show. And I would be fascinated to hear what others would like to hear, just so it enriches what you and I have to give. I think that's a great thing.
Well, yeah, I think so. And this will be, and again, hopefully, well, you know, look, you got to try things in life, and I love that you know, you're willing to try. But we do have a small group that is interested in helping us develop this and feedback. This one was just a little bit about me that people don't get to see, and also some things about you. And then we'll get into we'll let the rest of us unfold as it goes along, and we'll just pick topics up. So I hope this wasn't too long for you guys today. I'm so sorry. I worked so hard on this, and I wanted to be able to show a different part of myself that you don't see. I hope it did.
It was Tamara. It was great. It was great because many don't. You know, when it's not done, I don't know about you, and I don't know about you guys out there, but sometimes it's just nice to know a little bit more about the presenter, so you have that kind of connection. So you know, I think what you've done here, your 15 hours that you put in, well worth it. Absolutely well worth it.
And you got to see kind of the journey, and you make you realize, wow, I've done a lot.
You have, and you still have got a lot to do, and I think that's what's
yeah, we both do.
So interesting to see what's coming next.
Yeah, we just don't know, but you need to live life in the moment, and you need to respond to what feels right to you in your heart, and that's how you move forward, especially these days. You know, I mean, it's crazy world. I mean, if we can't make ourselves happy, what are we going to do? So,
well, we know the other way to go. So, you know, even if somebody tunes in and you know, they think, I think the same as that. So it's nice that we can make some sort of connection here, and you genuinely are. And these days, I think that's what's really needed. There's too much finger pointing.
I agree.
I'm with you. Definitely with you, Tamara.
I agree. And then we have here. Okay. Yeah, it's true.
Yes, please.
I'm not going to be superficial, but there's something between hate and negative and creepy and paranormal, and inverse, interesting and fascinating. And also, why can't we learn spiritually about life and each other and have fun? You can.
Yes, you can do that. Yeah, it doesn't always have to be the same format. And that is what I have become a little bit tired of with some of the interviews that I have given. And some of the ones that I've turned down because I'm so sick of saying the same things. It's like, oh, you know, there's more to us. There's more to us than that moment when we were brought back. And I think, you know, I know it's really sexy. How many times did you die and all that kind of stuff? Yeah, people do want to know that, and I understand that. But there's a place for what you and I are doing right here. And as Adriana has just said, she's so sick of, you know, just that seriousness, and so are we, and this is why we're doing this.
Yeah,
and it's just magical.
And the other thing is that people, I tell them, look, not all ears, just because they had an experience doesn't mean that they're spiritually aware or wise. I've been working on myself even before I got here, but while I've been here, I've been seriously in therapy, busting my butt, reading books. I mean, I have worked for everything, just like that black belt. And in the spirituality, it's not because I had an NDE and now I'm away. That did kind of push over the edge, but I've been working on myself for a long time. This didn't happen overnight. So these are not just the same. And I don't want us to come across like yellow journalism, the near-death experiencers, or I think our experiences, mine, yours, and others, are sacred. And we shouldn't be exploited by people because they think it's interesting and cool. If you can learn from it, great. But coming from my perspective, it's more important than that. We're all spiritual beings, and I just want us to be able to grow together. So, Raymond, thank you for your time today.
Thank you all. I've loved every second of it. Thank you for asking me along, Tamara. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, this has been so much fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. And again, next time we're going to start on topics, and we're going to, work on that. So Adriana, I'm getting, and David and Mark, we will be working on. They're going to help us with some ideas to be able to make sure this is successful, and we'll keep moving it around till it all works out. That's how you have to do in life. You gotta flow with it.
You must do. I always say you must be prepared to bend in the wind, otherwise it doesn't always go your way. So I love your approach. I love that, you're giving it to others out there who have really valuable feedback for us. It's some people do feel excluded, and that's what I like about what you're doing here, Tamara. You're inviting everyone.
I mean, this is going to be, hopefully our gig here, and we'll just follow along. We'll have fun, and so thank y'all for supporting us. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to Raymond O'Brien's channel. Sign up for my newsletter at southernbellmedium.com so you can because I have these cool things that are happening, including the wisdom school that I'll keep you posted. And thank y'all. Have a wonderful day. And thank everyone, especially you, Raymond, for celebrating my birthday today.
Your birthday. Yeah. Once again, people. Well, first off, Tamara, happy birthday to you, and everybody. Thank you for coming along. It means an awful lot. It really does.
Yes, exactly. Thank you all so much. And join us April 5th.
Don't forget.
Okay. Yeah, don't forget. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Please subscribe, like, and make comments. And support this channel by becoming a member. Thank you for your continued support.